People often ask why the Book of Mormon is important. After all, Christians already have the New Testament. So what does the Book of Mormon bring to the table? Well, the Book of Mormon offers two very important distinctions, that of freedom and avoiding pride. Now, the first concept of freedom is simple enough to understand. Most of us live in a free society as opposed to some parts of the world. Anyone who lives in our society is usually quite grateful that they are here because they understand the alternative. The second concept deals with the idea of avoiding pride, especially for those people in power. You see, in the Book of Mormon, there's two types of people. There were the Lamanites and the Nephites. Now, the Lamanites were the people that lived for today and thought nothing of tomorrow. They tended to take rather than create, and they generally were a self-destructive society. While the Nephites, on the other hand, were very steadfast people. They were responsible, they worshiped God, had strong families, and they also had a good amount of self-control to curb their vices and appetites. Now, throughout the Book of Mormon, the various tribes of the Lamanites would attack the Nephites and even their own people at times. They would rise in power and fall just as quickly because of their self-destructive nature. The Nephites, on the other hand, would be pretty much strong and steady throughout the entire Book of Mormon, even among the worst of the Lamanite oppression. But this is where the twist comes in. You see, throughout the entire Book of Mormon, it could be easily assumed that the Nephites were the good guys. But by the end of the Book of Mormon, the Nephites became prideful and very disdainful of the Lamanites, and they started to oppress them in their own way. And of course, this led to another great war between the two tribes, with one exception. By the time this war was over, everything of the Nephite society was wiped off the face of the earth. Now, the idea of freedom is implied in the New Testament. However, history has shown us that people can be deceived into believing that forcing Christianity on people is a good path to take. And as far as avoiding pride goes, it wouldn't be a stretch to compare the Nephites of then to the free countries of today. There are many responsible people that wield great power, enough power that, just like the Nephites, could destroy all of society if they broke bad. This is why we say the Book of Mormon was written for this dispensation or era of time. The focus on freedom and avoiding pride is paramount to where we live in society today. And much like the Ten Commandments, although it's well that these things are implied, canonizing these things in Scripture reinforces their significance. And of course, there's many more lessons in life to learn through the lens of the struggles between the Nephites and the Lamanites. Pick up a Book of Mormon from the Latter-day Saint missionaries and find out for yourself.